You know, I've been involved in the beauty industry ever since I was a little kid. And when I came across body painting, I found my niche, and my career took off. I am Jen Seidel, and this is my story. I stumbled upon body painting. It was a fluke. I got this creative idea to paint myself as a cheetah and go and try to win a contest for money. I needed money at the time. And walked into this club and I felt like a celebrity. I couldn't take 10 steps without people splashing pictures constantly, and decided, all right, well, if it gets this much attention, how can I make it work and make me money? I don't really look for my models, my girls. They kind of find me.
The way I met Jen was I was laying on a sushi table naked and she ate sushi off me, right? That's how we met.
All right, I'm gonna have you hold this.
It's kind of funny because people ask me all the time, especially when we're at events. They'll be like, you know, they come up and try to touch you. Like, is that real? How's it feel? Do you feel naked? Honestly, the first time, I felt completely comfortable.
The paint feels really good and like cool and everything, like on your skin, and just like walking around and like being, you know, basically like naked in public. It's liberating.
Body paint, it is on your body. There's no sizes, you know. I don't have to be a size 0 to fit into body paint. I just have to be naked.
Kind of like
Am I abnormal down there?
No. It's crazy, but I've seen so many.
Really?
They're not strippers, they're not gonna do lap dances, they're gonna walk around and they're gonna take beautiful pictures with all of your guests.
They're gonna be touching you and smearing you all over the place. You gotta watch out for those wet hands. I know. Sweaty palms.
People always touch. The best is when someone comes up and puts their arm around you and they walk away and they've got like and paint all over their arm, and it's like, well, we always tell people, we're not trying to be like skittish, we just don't want to mess your clothes up.
Sometimes, you know, they'll whip out the, oh, let me feel it, and you know, they do a little this, and you know, they're like, ah, cool. I guess they get off on like, you know, having their one finger just, Women usually are just like, oh, can't believe you're doing that. Again, and yes, it's just, I think it's curious. People get curious. They usually don't press the line and they don't do that.
Pull this up, girls. Do not look at the girls. Look at this.
They're gonna just prolong the, if it's a logo, prolong the logo. If it's a theme, prolong the theme in pictures that last forever. Pictures last forever. I didn't make that. It turns people's heads, and yes, it gets recognized, it gets noticed, and people just go, they walk past the girls and don't even realize it. Like, oh, is she painted? And they still question it. I remember going to an event one time, and I went to the event, it was a cigar event, and the owner who hired me to be there, 2 hours later comes over to me and goes, hey, I have to confess something to you. And I'm thinking, oh God, he's gonna tell me he cheated on his wife or something? Like, I don't wanna hear this. And he says, I just realized they were body painted. Just got it. It's the pasties, they help.
I'm not wearing pasties because I want people to know that I'm not wearing a shirt, so.
I wouldn't put pasties on you anyway.
They're gonna see my nips.
A friend of the show, we haven't talked to her in forever. It's Jen, the body painter. Good morning, Jen.
Good morning.
How are you, sweetheart?
I'm tired.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do this.
It's simple.
One thing fell into place after the other with my body painting. It was once I started practicing on the models, it was like I was doing bikini contests back then, and 98 Rock was hosting it. So I was up there doing my thing, and they asked me, what do you do? And I'm like, I'm a body painter. You're a what? I'm a body painter. Oh, we should have you on the radio sometime. I'm like, yeah, you really should.
No, but like, did I do something that made you angry or anything?
Why are you getting so sensitive?
You're too. That is so Russian, isn't it? Yeah, okay, so we blew up your village. Get over it. Get over it. Come on, now you can't rebuild.
They brought me on and just kept bringing me on every 2 months. for the holidays, for live events, for all the different things, and I would take all my models on and give them a chance to advertise themselves on the radio and have a good time with it.
Did you have work done?
Breasts?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because they look...
Yes.
They're ginormous.
This is my second.
I didn't want to say anything, but she walked in, I'm like, those are different.
But you had
Those
those
are...
last week when you came
And the
up.
other question
Yeah, I noticed them.
is...
How'd you miss those last week?
You know, when they take the models and they ask them personal questions about their breasts, the girls need to be able to handle that.
Amy Marie, we wanna see her naked. Amy Marie. I'm sorry.
I walked in there knowing they were gonna give me a hard time, and I knew they were gonna ask me some pretty, I don't know, sticky questions.
Are you in the life there, Amy? Are you? Do you like the company of women more than men?
I do.
Oh!
It doesn't even faze me. It really, really doesn't. I don't even get like that little anxious feeling in my body, like where I don't want to say, because it's who I am, and I don't feel like I have to hide that. Oh, that's ridiculous. That was for you. Thank you. You always have to put on the show. I met Wendy out at a bar with my dad and a couple friends, and she was running one of her events at the same time, and we kind of crossed paths. And I guess from knowing each other's faces on Facebook, because I mean, obviously she's stunning. You can't miss that face. And we kind of caught eyes, and we both were like, Amy, Wendy? And we exchanged numbers, and a week later, I wasn't with the boyfriend, and I was with the girlfriend, so.
Jen, the body painter, we love you.
Thank you. I love you guys too.
And the only thing I hate more than you leaving is the fact that you still have a boyfriend.
I do.
Luis is definitely my soulmate, and I feel like I've known him forever. Luis! We gotta go! I gotta be down there by 1:30. And I feel that he's a huge supporter in what I do. You know, he's 13 years younger than me, and yet we still are cool with it. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'll see you soon.
Are you a cougar?
I'm not a cougar.
Well, you're not thinking prey on people, but you're totally a cougar.
I am not a cougar. I am not a cougar. I do not like that word. I don't stalk men, younger men. Yes, it is. If you look it up on Urban Dictionary, it says.
Urban Dictionary's bull. People make that up.
Oh, you think that cougar is going to be in the dictionary? That's an animal. What happens when the younger men are coming after the older women? Lucky? Lucky. Lucky. Hello? I'm painting right now, and you're catching me when I'm painting, so I need to know that you're safe and you're okay. My kids are very good kids. They're your typical teenagers. All right. Well, I'm not a spaz. Brandon's 15, entering into adolescence, and Claudia's 13, and she's her little preteen. Listen, are you listening?
Listening.
Then you have Kennedy, who's 10, going on 35. She's the painter. She's the other body painter, actually. She's my helper. You know, it's interesting. Brandon did not approve with body painting at all. I remember when I first started, he said, you know what, Mom, you're really weird. All right, love you. All right, I'm 15 years old. He can't say he loves me anymore.
I love Jen. I love working with Jen. She's not only kept it on a professional level, but she keeps it on like a friend level. Like I could go to Jen with anything. Like if I needed help, if I needed advice.
Amy wants to do some artwork. She's a very good artist, so I want to train her. She wants to learn how to paint.
Whenever Jen will call me and say, hey, I have an event, do you want to do it? Like I don't ask questions, I don't ask who the client is. I don't ask how much it is, where it's going to be. I don't even ask what's being painted on my body. That's how much I trust Jen.
I think Amy really wants to get back into her artwork and the painting side of things, not so much focused on the modeling. She's done it, and she's kind of growing out. This is definitely a tricky part to the illusion of the 5. You know, it's like where the curves come in. You got to get creative.
The difference between 99% of the work that I saw online and Jen's work was the level of detail. The shadowing that was in some of, like a zipper that was painted onto someone, you really had to look deeply at it to realize that it was actually paint. I knew that that's what I had to have for this project.
Shooting with Clark and Olia was heaven for me. I could do that every day. Clark is just, I don't even like to call him a photographer. I think he's some kind of magician.
I'm sorry. Yeah, so far we just shot the background image for the composite. Painted the piece of sheetrock, hung it on the wall, brought in a shelf, put some kids' items on there, a little toy bank and some books. We're gonna have to changing the names of these books in post. Got some 2x12s that's gonna look like a little shelf so that we can shoot her and then shrink her down to size. All right, Miss Olia, you've got to be completely limp, no life in you at all. The positioning is everything. We're trying to get her in the exact right position that's gonna make her look like an actual doll rather than a lifelike human. So we have to get her to be as uncomfortable and unnatural as possible and make her look lifeless like a solid wooden doll. Oh God, yeah. It's a lot to think about. You know, you've got all the technical aspects of the shot, you know, trying to do the composite and get scales and everything just right, and then to work with something like this on top of it, it's another complication.
Wow. Olia is a major amount of personality.
When I dye my hair, 50 of it is on the floor, on my skin, and 10% is on the roots. And I don't know where the other, I'm not very good at math.
That girl makes me laugh.
Should I practice my smile? Am I gonna need to
No,
smile?
because you're going to be lifeless.
But
Like,
I have a lovely smile.
dolls don't smile.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Yo, Barbie so is smiling, always. You've never seen an unhappy Barbie. When you have that body, you will never frown.
She doesn't stay still, number one. She's a professional as far as modeling, and she'll do whatever you want her to, but that girl does not stay still. Olia does not give a shit. Olia is all out there. She will say whatever's on her mind at that second.
Just want this to stay in its place. So worst
What
case
is your
scenario,
problem with it?
you know what I might do? Well, I
I've
can't.
seen it look good
I
so
was-
many times, and then you keep twirling and
I know, but I'm
twisting.
thinking,
Has no boundaries.
That's the only thing I take time to do. I could go out naked as long as my eyebrows are done. I'm good.
Olia calls me, tells me that I could be her mother. I don't like that. It's cool and everything, okay, because Olia's beautiful. I wouldn't mind that, but it just reminds me how old I am.
only you can get away with this because you're young. I could never put powder underneath my eyes.
Really?
No way.
I'm so scared of aging, Jen.
Well, it's
You're
gonna happen,
scaring
baby.
me. It's gonna happen. Stop creeping me out.
Aging is hard, it's tough, you know, I'm almost 42 years old. It feels weird, it's strange. I feel like I'm still 18 years old and I work with all these 20-some-year-old beautiful girls, and I'm always feeling a little self-conscious about it, yet at the same time, I mean, I know I'm going to age. Yes, I understand this. It's okay, it's life. But I can fight it. I need it, don't I?
know, squishy, squish. Squish.
Yep, definitely ready.
You know, I had my breasts done twice. The first one was saline. The second ones were the FDA gel approved implants, which I love. I love them both, but the gels were just a little bit bigger. They just filled my body a little bit more.
Okay, we're going to give you more of a V, so that way your cheeks are more out, more youthful looking.
Okay. I had a little bit of a filler, but I haven't had it in years, and it hurt. It hurts to be beautiful, but still, oh, that really hurt. Then I believe in plastic surgery. I'm huge on plastic surgery. I love it. Thank you, Dr. Kane. I think I'm one of those junkies, Botox junkies. I really, really, really believed when I first started doing this that I was given a talent and I wanted to take it and put forth everything I had, but also be able to give back to the world. And so far I've got the Red Devils with breast cancer. We did a Susan G. Komen. I did an Armed Forces Foundation, then the Casey Cares Foundation. To know that I'm a part of that over the years is huge for me. It's huge. You don't even realize it at the time because the day goes by so fast. You're painting, you're doing your thing, and then the girls get on stage and you're listening to these stories of these mothers who have these sick children, and me being a mother with children, I couldn't even imagine. To know that the girls are walking around with Casey Cares Foundation on them and the Rock and Roll Bash and being up there and helping them auction off all the items. To know that I'm a part of that, it makes me feel really good. It makes it all worth it.
She constantly talks to herself too.
Oh, yeah, that makes for a good, people think I'm crazy. All right, goes there, this is the thing right there. Well, if I can't screw up with black, if you screw up with black, you can't get it, you can't go back. That was a good one.